Hello and a very warm welcome to our channel. Today we are embarking on a journey through time, exploring the intricate and often tumultuous history of the Israel-Palestine conflict. This is a narrative woven with threads of cultural identity, national aspiration, and territorial disputes. It is a story that has evolved and unfolded over the course of decades, shaped by the actions of individuals, communities, and nations alike. So, buckle up and prepare for an enlightening journey into the past, as we strive to understand the roots of this enduring conflict. Join us as we delve into the roots of this enduring conflict. To fully comprehend the Israel-Palestine conflict, we must first take a journey back in time. Our story begins with the ancient city of Jerusalem, a sacred ground for Jews, Christians, and Muslims alike, and the center of national aspirations for both Israelis and Palestinians. Around 1,000 years before the Common Era, King David, the second king of the United Kingdom of Israel and Judah, made a defining move by conquering Jerusalem. This conquest established the city as the capital of Jewish civilization, a status it has maintained in Jewish consciousness to this day. Fast forward to the reign of Herod the Great, who ruled Judea under the auspices of the Roman Empire. Herod undertook massive construction projects, most notably the expansion of the Second Temple on the Temple Mount, further embedding Jerusalem's significance in Jewish history. However, the city's fate took a turn during the First World War when the British took control of Palestine. The Balfour Declaration of 1917, issued by the British government, expressed support for the establishment of a national home for the Jewish people in Palestine. This declaration sowed the seeds of a future state of Israel, but it also set the stage for conflict, as the land was already home to an Arab majority. Post-World War II, the horrors of the Holocaust led to an increased urgency for a Jewish state. The United Nations proposed the partition plan in 1947, which recommended separate Jewish and Arab states with Jerusalem under international administration. The Jewish leaders accepted the plan, but it was rejected by the Arab leaders and the Palestinian Arab population. The State of Israel was declared in 1948, leading to the First Arab-Israeli War. The war ended with Israel expanding its territory beyond the UN allocation, and the city of Jerusalem divided. These historical events set the stage for what would become one of the most contentious issues of our time. With the stage set, the conflict began to take shape. The winds of change were blowing through the Middle East, and they carried with them the seeds of a conflict that would come to define the region. The establishment of Israel in the aftermath of World War II marked a turning point. Jewish communities began moving into Arab lands, sparking tensions that would soon escalate into outright conflict. At the heart of this dispute lay Jerusalem, a city sacred to Jews, Christians, and Muslims alike. Particularly contentious was the Haram al-Sharif compound, the third holiest site in Islam, which also holds deep significance for Jews. Israel's proposed changes to the status quo of these holy sites were viewed with deep concern by neighboring Arab countries, particularly Jordan, which had been the custodian of Jerusalem's holy sites since 1924. As Jewish communities moved in and the State of Israel formed, the Arab world watched with growing unease. The changes weren't just physical, but symbolic, challenging long-held religious rights and regional balances of power. And so, as Israel formed, so did the seeds of a conflict that would last for generations. Fast forward to today, and the conflict continues to shape the region. The modern conflict is a complex tapestry of historical grievances, political maneuvering, and religious sensitivities. Jerusalem, a city sacred to Jews, Christians, and Muslims, remains a flashpoint in this ongoing dispute. The holy sites of this ancient city are not just symbols of faith, but also focal points of the conflict. The Haram al-Sharif compound, which includes the Al-Aqsa Mosque, the third holiest site in Islam, is one such focal point. With the ascension of a right-wing government in Israel, some have voiced concerns about potential changes to the status of these holy sites. One of these voices is Jordan's King Abdullah II. As the custodian of Jerusalem's holy sites since 1924, Jordan sees itself as the guarantor of the religious rights of Muslims and Christians in the city. The king has expressed his concerns about any changes to the status quo, warning of red lines and potential conflict if these lines are crossed. Yet, it's not just about the holy sites. The king has also highlighted the challenges faced by Christians in the Middle East, the need for unity against extremist views, and the future of Israel's relations with its Arab neighbors and Western allies. He emphasized that Israel's integration into the region is dependent on a future for the Palestinians. Despite the ongoing conflict, there's a glimmer of hope. The king has launched a master plan to develop a UNESCO World Heritage Site where Christians believe Jesus was baptized. This effort to promote inclusivity between Christianity and Islam could be a step towards regional integration and economic dependency, potentially moving beyond political problems. While the conflict continues, understanding its history is key to building a better future. That wraps up our brief journey into the Israel-Palestine conflict. We've traversed through a complex historical landscape, understood the genesis of the conflict with Israeli migration to Arab lands, and glimpsed into its modern implications. It's essential to grasp this history, to inform our understanding of present-day events. Thank you for joining us today. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a like and subscribe to our channel for more insightful content.